Hi, Dr. P here again. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the 21-day purification program. We've already discussed the 10-day blood sugar support program and the 10-day healthy inflammation program. But I'm going to go through the 21-day purification program. Now, this is not the 21-day that extends it to 27 to 30-day water fast. Okay, so that's a different program. It's a lot easier to complete this program, the 21-day fasting program, with just plain water. There's several procedures that you would have to go through with that, many steps, and it takes a lot more discipline to complete that program or even start it. It's more mental than physical. But this is not that program. This program here it allows you to consume some foods, mainly nutritious foods, and the arrangement of the food is what's more important than anything else. And then there's a certain time frame by which you should consume these foods. So there are many reasons why you need to complete 21 days. Okay, so the body will go through several steps. First, the body must adapt to a different type of arrangements of food intake, which means that there's going to be a change or altering of your appetite. And then once you get used to this type of caloric intake, the type of foods and the arrangement, the timing of it, there'll be certain physiological changes that take place in your body, namely your ability to sleep. Your sleep quality should improve. Your energy levels during the day when you're up should improve. And so then the second week, from 7 to 14 days, is when you really start the detoxification process and purification process, but it's mainly detoxification. And the organs, your liver, your skin, your kidneys, and your colon, they should begin to work in unison in breaking down toxic waste matter and substances and trying to rid the body of that. So there's some things that you may want to continue to do, such as exercise. If you're using the sauna, you may want to do that. That helps to facilitate excess removal of toxic waste matter, and especially when these organs are working properly. So that's the important thing. But prior to that, they may not have been working properly. They may have been somewhat stagnated or working much slower, and so you get this accumulation. This is where the weight comes in. If you didn't gain weight, the toxic buildup from the foods that you consume will actually kill you in a short period of time. And so weight is good. Weight gain is good when you're trying to prevent death from accumulation. So, but in time, it will get you. It will catch up with you in time. So, but there's so many different reasons for utilizing good nutrition that, is too numerous to mention. So, but we do know that there are certain diseases, 70% of all diseases that medical doctors treat are related to food. And so the cure is going to be food and not pharmaceuticals. Now, there are complications with that require surgery, that require medication. We're not against that by any stretch of the imagination. It's just that we want to work with prevention. The best or the key to good health is prevention. You want to prevent these conditions from taking place in the first place because it is so hard to reverse. Just think about cancer. It's so hard to reverse cancer. It's so difficult to reverse diabetes. It's so difficult to reverse hypertension once you get it. They can be reversed if you catch it early enough. Even in some of the stages where, just like with cancer, in certain stage 4 cancers, some have been reversed, but it is not without trial. I mean, it's almost, I can't say impossible, but it's just that the time that it takes and the endurance that you would have to reverse something like that is enormous. So, but I'm looking at deficiencies. I'm going to take you through the purification process, but the 21-day purification process. This is something that you can do on your own. You don't have to have physician supervision. You can do this like the other two programs. We gave you the 10-day programs, the blood sugar program and the inflammation program. And we had you do that a choice. You can do it on your own at home, or you can have a consultation, which those patients that do consultations end up becoming patients because they basically see there's some other issues that need attending to that maybe the 10-day will not be enough for, or even the 21-day will not be enough for it. So you can call and you can order the 21-day program and opt for the stay-at-home, do-it-yourself option. Others will try the consultation, and they may still opt to do it themselves. So see, is you have a choice here. Either way, you're doing something for yourself, and you're not relying on trying to reverse a process that has become a disease entity that requires much more extensive attention. So what are you dealing with? You're dealing basically with nutritional deficiencies. The current standard American diet basically puts you in a state of starvation. And even though you're in a state of starvation, you are still gaining weight. Okay, so let's look at some of the things that we get into in terms of deficiency. If there's a deficiency of selenium in the food, we know that selenium is something that gives the body a certain amount of nutrition. If it's lacking, and it's definitely lacking due to the soil, European soil, whether it's in Northern Europe or it's in the Americas and whatnot, is deficient in selenium. As a matter of fact, most of the soil here is deficient in the nutrients that the body needs. So that means that the food will be deficient. So when we talk about selenium deficiencies, let me just go through a couple of things. Premenstrual symptoms, hot flashes, breast cancer, infertility, birth defects, crib death, liver damage. Liver damage is big here. We're starting to see liver damage in children, young children today. We were talking about non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is huge. Children are and teenagers, they have this. What is their diet? Fast food diet, junk food diets, high fructose corn syrup type diets, the foods that contain that. It leaves the children mentally deficient. So a lot of the illnesses that are diagnosed as problems such as attention deficit, you look at those conditions that relate to that. These children have problems with eating disorders. It's the food, basically. And so they leave you with deficiencies. Sulfur deficiencies, can cause depression, irregular nerve impulses, retarded growth of eggs and sperm. So, here we're seeing a situation where when you have this as a deficiency, you're not getting it in the food. What's happening is that fertilization is going to be an issue. And so this is very common with all couples. It transcends all races. So it's telling you right there that it's not a issue with the location or a certain ethnic group. It's a issue with food, and that everybody who eat this food and have this type of pattern of dieting is going to have these particular problems. Zinc is huge. See, so you're going to see chronic fatigue, schizophrenia, infections, retarded growth. There's sterility. These are things that we see, autoimmune issues and immune issues. Zinc was a deficiency that was noted during the pandemic. See, so people started to lose their taste. Somehow or another, it affected that, and we noticed that with addition of zinc, they were able to get their taste back. Some of them did and some didn't. Iodine deficiency. In this area here, I'm in Illinois. Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa, Indiana. I think those are the main states. But it's considered to be the Gorder Belt. Why? Because, uh, you know, uh, most of your foods that need iron were deficient. And I learned this when I was in school because went to school and there was a lot of Caucasians there. And I was wondering, I said, why is everybody taking these pills? So I asked one, I said, what is this? What are you taking that for? You know, 'cause I see everybody's taking this pills. Is something I should be taking? I'm not taking that. They said, oh, these are iodine pills. You know, this prevents goiter because it's not in the food. Now, I was young. I was in high school, went to a retreat, and everybody was taking taking these pills. And they didn't give me any pills. But what it was that iodine was in bread. And they took iodine out of bread, and you started gaining weight when you ate bread because it affected your thyroid. It put you into more of a state of hypothyroidism than hyperthyroidism, but there was a balance, or an imbalance rather there. And so when you don't have iodine in the soil, you're going to gain weight. But a lot of it comes from eating bread that doesn't have iodine. You're going to have growth problems. And so what we're seeing is that, and I just gave you just a few of these deficiencies. What we're seeing with these deficiencies is that they will lead to what we call disease. And these, what we say in our profession is dis-ease rather than disease. Either way, there's some sort of problem that occurs in the body as a result of metabolic breakdown. And when the metabolism of your food is such that you start to affect your cellular structures, and these cellular structures can't function, then you start to see the result. And the result is some sort of condition. Okay, these conditions cannot be repaired by pharmaceuticals. These conditions cannot be changed or turned around. The physiological structures cannot repair themselves. The repair process cannot occur when there's damage as a result of starvation. See, so you're starving, then you're tired, so that's exhaustion. There may be exposure. Exposure means that you're in an environment where there's some sort of chemical intoxication. You know, it could be arson, it could be lead, it could be aluminum, whatever it may be. You are exposed to something that the body cannot process or detox. See, so you got to find out that detoxification is becoming more important than your nutrition, because when you look at it, this is the very reason we're looking at detoxification. This is the very reason why vegans cannot maintain a vegan diet. If your detoxification organs are not working, namely your skin, your liver, your lungs, and your kidneys, and you have access to the waste that's in the colon, whereby the colon is not dumping the waste in a timely fashion, then you're going to have a backup. And this backup is going to spill into the blood, and you're going to develop certain symptoms such as headache, insomnia. You're going to have some sort of physical impairment in your performance. You know, these are things that occur. Nauseousness, vomiting maybe. So a vegan is thinking that it's the diet that is causing them not to maintain that particular program, which is a very good program, depending on what you eat and how you eat, depending on what choices of foods you make that are vegan. If you don't detox, then you'll be sick. And so it's been recorded or noted that many vegans or people who've tried the vegan program say that it was not for them, without investigating as to what these symptoms that they received as a result of being on that program, what those symptoms mean, where did it come from, what happened. So this is the reason why I'm saying that if they had properly detoxed, or those organs of detoxification was working properly, then they would have not had these particular symptoms. See, excuse me 1 second. And so When you go through purification, which is the detoxification, purification, this is the use of foods to help you uh, turn around these deficiencies. So the 21-day SP program is designed where you're able to have a certain intake of calories. Okay, there's a certain menu, just like the two 10-day programs we gave you with the vegetables, the fruits, the legumes, and uh, the healthy whole organic foods, getting rid of the unprocessed foods. You're able to turn some of these symptoms around. You're able to lower your cholesterol, your triglyceride levels went down over a certain period of time if you had to repeat it. Here we're doing 3 weeks, and you're going to see a change in those blood levels. Your enzyme, your liver enzymes started to, if they were elevated, they went down. Your weight went down. You started to see a balancing of your blood sugar. That's very important. So if the blood sugar goes down, we would tend to think that the insulin levels have gone down. That may not be always the case, but generally it does. But I would have my insulin levels checked, because there's some instances where patients have had uh, a normal blood sugar and the insulin levels were still elevated. That's a particular problem. So here again, we have a program where um, you have the SP Complete powder. You can get it in the chocolate or the vanilla. That's going to, you make the shakes. That's going to give you uh, the necessary nutrients when you do the shakes. The shakes are meal replacements. So if you get hungry, which is it's anticipated, you will get hungry because you no longer have the sit down with the eggs, bacon, toast, um, whatever it is, grits, oatmeal. You're not going to have this. That's not your typical meal here. We're putting that behind us. The thing that we're doing is replacing that meal with one of the nutrient shakes and some supplements. And your supplements will be fiber. You'll have a blood cleanser, and you'll have something for the benefits of the green foods. See, so you'll have that. That's very important. It's very simple. It's not a lot of supplementation. You'll be making quite a few shakes. That's very important, but you'll be doing it for 21 days. It's really important to make sure that you have the proper uh, bowel movements during this period of time. And what we've done for a lot of patients who are very stiff in that area, they need a little bit more than the fiber that comes with it. I have a blend of tea a detox tea that I put together where our patients have used it for a long time. And we basically see good results when they use that tea along with the 21-day program. And so you do this for 21 days. You don't have to repeat it. 21 days is enough time for you to become acclimated to the types of foods you should be eating and the feeling that you'll receive, the sleep quality, the more energy when you exercise. We recommend just walking, but you can do whatever type of exercise that appeals to you during this period of time. But you'll see benefits when it comes to your lab results. You'll make a complete change. And so with the diary, you'll begin to see how to take notes, and your overview. Just give yourself an overview as to what you wrote. And after each week, when you look at the past 7 days, you'll be shocked at the fact that you were able to complete a week of no sugar. We're talking about processed sugar, high fructose corn syrup. That type of diet is behind you, and it'll become easy. And you'll find that you feel much, much better. You repair your mitochondria. There's a phase, a small measure of autophagy that occurs where your cells will start to repair themselves. You will start to look better. Your complexion will clear. Uh, you can still use your topicals and whatnot, but you'll use less of them, and you will start to look even better with less of the makeup that you put on. And I'm just going to go through. We were looking at some of the foods that you have here. We're talking about beets, and the beets is a good source of betaine. That's That helps to support the liver. And I'm looking at one of the shakes. It has one beet that's chopped, two carrots that are chopped, an apple that's chopped. Okay, now you can put that into a blender and add some water to it, or you can have it chopped and eat that as a salad. They have a beet salad here. You add avocado, a carrot. Now, all the stuff is grinded or chopped in such a way that is very appetizing. A small cucumber. Of course, you got the two beets, and they use the cider vinegar. So you have an option. There's so many different types of recipes that you can use during this period of time. I'm looking at the broccoli shake. You take a half a cup of fresh broccoli, uh, a leaf of kale, a leaf of Swiss chard, a stalk of celery. You chopped it up, one apple you chop, and then you put that into your Vitamix, a little water, and then you add your shake powder to it. So that gives you some variety. So that's important. Um, there's quite a few recipes. The Brussels sprouts, it takes a lot to get Brussels sprouts to taste good and become appetizing to you. But personally, I like Brussels sprouts. Just cut them in half, cut off the edges and whatnot, steam them, and I put butter over it. Um, and the butter, try to get good butter. Uh, I was looking for the Ethiopian butter. The Ethiopian butter is fermented butter, and that's one of the problems that we have. You'll see when I talk about the rise of colon cancer in the Black community. It's actually throughout. Cancer's on the rise with everybody, but it's been noted that that has not been a problem in the past, but now it's starting to rise in the Black community, and a lot of it has to do with fiberless foods. Okay, so when you start to increase your fiber, you have to know what is it doing. Well, fiber, what it does, it feeds your natural bacteria. You have a certain form or a certain measure of good bacteria that actually protects you, and 80% of your immune system is in the colon, so it actually protects you against certain infections or invasions from parasites, funguses, viruses, other bacteria. It protects you against that. But when you don't have the fiber to feed them, it's like now they're starving. And what they do is they will eat through the mucus layer of the colon. And that mucus layer is like a coating that protects the lining of the mucus. And once that mucus layer has been destroyed because your natural bacteria is eating through it, now it's going to eat through the lining of your colon. And when it eats through the lining of your colon, it's going to destroy the certain walls of the what is called tight junctions. So just look at it as fingers. All of a sudden, you got these fingers like this, and all of a sudden, when the bacteria eats it, it started to open up, and now you get bacteria, you get whatever's in your colon will start to get through there. That gets into your circulation. When it gets into the circulation, what just went into there? Stool. See, so the inflammation is really liquid stool. Wherever it goes, we put an itis on it. If it goes to your pancreas, pancreatitis. If it goes to your lungs, depending on what part of the lungs, it's going to be bronchitis, pleuritis. See, and that's why it smells so bad. So perfume is not going to help that. So you have to, in fact, feed your bacteria. It's very important. Collard greens, I really would like you to put that into the diet, so you can endorse that. You really have several ways. Now you know how to make collard greens. I want you to make the collard greens without the meat. Okay, so we have to have an ingenious way of trying to make it tasty. Utilize the supplements that come with the 21-day program. That's the green food, and this is a green food right here. So this is excellent because now you have the supplement. The supplement must be added to the actual food in order to enhance it. Now, whenever you take a additive and you add it to something, it is not the actual substance that the body needs. It is something to enhance that. So that's why I'm saying you cannot allow yourself to just take a lot of vitamins and They will help some, but at some point in time, you're going to see that you'll be nutrient deficient because you didn't have the food that vitamin contains. So that's what we're doing right here. So they have a collard green shake. It's optional. It's a half a cup of kale. You remove the stems, and a fourth cup of fresh parsley, a small beet, one apple, a peeled lemon, a half inch of fresh ginger, and a tablespoon of chia seeds. And you're going to blend this all up, and you add your SP Complete protein powder and some water and whatnot, and that's going to be your shake. So you're going to have to develop a different kind of taste. That you're going to have to develop a taste for actual real food because you have not had real food for a long period of time. Does it cure anything? We don't use the term cure. We use the term it prevents, it reestablishes. That's what you want. You want to reestablish what the body normally would do, its performance. You want to make sure that the cellular metabolism is starting to take place. When that occurs, everything will fall into place. You'll start to balance your hormones. A lot of the problems that females have with their hormones is due to the fact that there's an imbalance in the food. It affects your thyroid. It affects your pituitary glands. It affects the endocrine glands. It's going to affect the gonads. And so when the imbalance in the food occurs, because the hormones are manufactured from what you eat, and when it goes through the digestive process in your sleep, you'll get the release of these hormones into the bloodstream. And that's when the hormones are supposed to be able to, or they should be able to heal, or they go where they're needed. You got the spinach salad in the shake, the Swiss chard, the avocado. So we got quite a few blueberries. The blueberries seem to be a favorite. You're going to add a banana to that, a small amount of cucumber, a small amount of avocado, spinach, and kale. You know, before we used to not mix fruit and vegetable together. I still say you want to keep them separate, but when you do, you want to have these supplements that help you digest it because they have different weights, and the way that the body will process it is slightly different. So we want you to be able to do this without any form of indigestion or excess gas or flatulence. So we recommend that you take the fiber. If you still have or experience flatulence, we administer the colonics. The patients seem to do very well with that. If you have problems with colon therapy or the procedure, you're just not ready for that yet, and you take the detoxification tea. A cup of that tea will help to flush your system out. And when you start to feel that flush occur, that's when your body will begin to rest and you'll have energy to burn. Okay, so I hope that this helps. So you have the two 10-day programs. You have the 10-day blood sugar support program. You have the 10-day healthy inflammation response program. And now you have the 21-day purification program. Either or any one of these programs is excellent. You can do it yourself. We'll leave a link with the number where you can call or contact us. And if you decide to do this yourself, make sure you take notes. You want to keep, there's a booklet that comes with the program that has the diary in it. Take notes, record everything. You start by recording your weight, your blood pressures, and you're seeing now we're being pushed more and more toward doing things for ourselves at home, and not so much unless something is a dire emergency that you would actually visit a hospital setting. So you're going to have to do this because all of the conditions that you go to your doctors for and you take medication for, 70% or more is the result of some sort of faulty eating habits and exposure to certain chemicals, the fact that your cells are in starvation mode, and as a result, you are exhausted, you're tired. So this is something I think you ought to consider. Watch the videos. See if you can figure out a program that's best for you. There's none of this involves fasting. The foods that you will eat and the choices that you can make from the foods that are given are excellent choices. Try this here. Give us a call, and I look forward to helping you or assisting you. Best in health.